in all of my previous attempted relationships or date, we'd have a few good dates, and I would even be approached by them to hang out for a second time or even more. But when it comes to taking things further, I would be little laid back, and I think I was because of my thought pattern that what if I go through with this opportunity, and what if my outcome or it doesn't match what I have in my mind? So I was probably stuck in that loop of thoughts. Now, when I joined this program, and started approaching people, I was not expecting any outcome. I was just doing it without any sort of result in mind. And therefore, that probably helped me get over that boundary that I had in my mind when it comes to relationships. So that was actually the most transformative part, and that has kind of opened me up more.
Thanks a lot for doing this. Really excited to talk about your journey so far. You joined a few months ago, around 6 months ago, and maybe you can just tell us what was the situation that you were in when you started this journey, when you joined Conscious Confidence?
Thank you, Khalil. I'm really pleased to be part of this journey. It has led through a great transformation. To begin, the story that I had when I joined was that um, I was a little bit stuck in terms of my own patterns, as well as the kind of people that I was attacking into my life. And I believe it was just due to me. It's because I was afraid, or maybe I was a little too held back in terms of taking action. It was more mental than anything related to my attributes. So I think we talk about that at the beginning. That I have a lot of dates, but um, when it came to making the critical move at the right moment, that's when things would freeze up, or I would be a little held back in terms of um, making the final, let's say, final sell. So that was the situation. And then I joined this program to just explore myself. But I think going through a challenge does not only with the specific target of overcoming the challenges, but what happened in my case was that I got a better look into my thought patterns, and I believe that's where I overcome um, the problem or the setback that I used to suffer.
Maybe you can tell us a bit more about what thought patterns were blocking you, if you still remember that.
I think one of the major thought patterns will actually, like, what happens if I go through with this? Um, and it was probably the fear that I would be locked into something, or maybe I would be, I would get it, or I think the other thought pattern will also that, okay, if I say this, but if it doesn't link to the outcome that I have in my mind, I'll probably, I'd probably be unhappy if I get something else from the projected outcome. However, when I started doing the approaches, I think I learned that you just do it instead of having an expected outcome in your mind. And I think that was the unexpected benefit of going through this challenge, which then led me to being more open in general. And therefore, I think that's a major change that happened, leading to more benefits or a more growth from me.
And then, as far as I understood, you actually also met a few people that you felt like you could go longer. Tell us more about the actual results.
Yes, after joining the program, I had 3 or 4, probably two, three, 4 dates. The first few did not work out for some reason, but the final one are actually worked out, and I'm still in that. I decided to go deeper into that relationship, really to see what patterns I can uncover even further into the relationship. And we are in the relationship working together, overcoming the challenges. So I would say this has been a great outcome from that program.
Cool. How would you say has this journey affected other areas of your life other than just the relationship?
Oh, how has it affected other areas of my life? Yeah, actually, it has made me better in one aspect. For example, when we entered the relationship, we decided to do a challenge together for improving our health, and we are still sticking on to that. And I've seen better results from that. So I think that's a good outcome that we are working on something together. We have also decided to be more clear towards each other and culture the goals that we're pursuing. So I have that kind of sounding board. A lot of the card patterns, other areas in life, um, basically improved after taking the coaching program because one, it was like being shown a mirror, so which doesn't happen often. I think we all struggle to see that. The second, there, of course, it opened me up to newer thought patterns, newer ways of thinking. And yeah, we've been talking about not just the startup. We've probably been talking about the business world and other areas. So I would say it has definitely affected my areas in a hugely positive manner.
Hmm. How would you describe like the way we cooperated on this transformation? How would you describe it for someone who might be thinking about working with me?
Pretty amazing. I think we gelled together very well. We had um, a very how would I describe it? Professional yet friendly, as in so there was space for casual discussions as well, which leads to more openness, and also aids in better improvement because then we can share all the details. So I would recommend that anyone looking to work with you is in good hands, and I suggest, or rather, recommend people to take this step forward, as it will be one hell of a transformational phase in their lives.
Yeah. I do work a lot with the South Asian diaspora, as you know, and I wonder if there's anything in particular that changed about your relationship with your identity, the Indian part of your identity in particular.
Yes, I think so. I think I'm more confident, and I'm more, as I said, I became more open. Um, just by going through the process and also seeing other examples. So I'm more laid back about that part now, that it's not in the back of my head anymore as it used to be. Like a tiny bit, but it was still there. So that has changed.
Great. Well, yeah, thanks a lot for sharing. And if there's anything else you want to direct at people who are maybe not fully decided yet, if they want to work on this and actually work with conscious confidence, what would be your last words to help them decide?
My last words are it was a popular drink, a popular soft drink called Mountain Dew. I don't know if you're aware of that, and it had a attached line called in Hindi. I'll say that in Hindi. It was called Dar ke aage jeep hai, which means uh, victory is on the other side of fear. So I just say that because I think I experienced that whenever you join something, whenever you were trying to um, achieve something in life, and that's probably the essence of Mahabharata. You know, on one side you were saying, one side of your brain is saying that you should do this, and the other side of your brain is saying no, you should not, because there's a little bit of fear. And I think overcoming that fear is probably in the best way to make good improvements. If we stick to that fear and don't take any action, then there's nothing that can be changed, or there's nothing that's going to change. So that's what we wanted. Irrespective of what the outcome is, I think people should just take this and overcome the fear in their minds and start pursuing this journey of development.
Fantastic. I'm really excited to continue on this journey because even though you have gotten to the point where you actually are in a relationship with a partner that you can imagine a long-term future with, there's of course a lot more challenges, and I'm glad that we're continuing to work on those as well. So thanks again for sharing your story. And yeah, to everyone out there, if you want to join this journey, you know where to find me. The link is in the description.
Thank you, Akil. Pleasure working with you.